On this edition of Lexington Now, the council class of 2025 is sworn in and winter safety tips. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of January 13th, 2025. Lexington Council's class of 2025 was sworn in a ceremony this past weekend and is ready to hit the ground running in the new year. Here are some highlights.
Members of the Urban County Council. Well, first of all, I want to congratulate each and every one of you, as well as your families, many of whom are here today. This ceremony has been a long time coming, hasn't it? And Mother Nature definitely has been in charge recently. So today, council members, you are joining an important team, a team that plays a leading role in making progress for our city and her residents. This team, the mayor, the council members, the government workers, focuses on local issues, making changes that improve the lives of our local people. In fact, the sole purpose of our local government is to serve the people of Lexington Fayette County, and that is our mission every day. Many of you may be familiar with the term servant leader, a leadership style that focuses on serving others rather than on gaining power or control. Servant leaders value people. They listen to people. They trust one another and create an environment where everyone can succeed. Over many years on the council and as mayor, I've seen the effectiveness of servant leadership in action right here in Lexington, working together without worrying about who gets the credit. It definitely works here. Our teamwork has led to significant progress. Our economy is strong. Our homicide and violent crime numbers are dropping. There are significant road improvements in the works as soon as we clear the snow. An environment is cleaner. Our quality of life continues to improve, and more. Lexington is consistently ranked as a well-run city that's a great place to visit and live. Now, we also have challenges, don't we? People have put their trust in our council members to help make some weighty decisions to meet those challenges, including the need for continued affordable housing, safe streets, a new government center, land use planning, a balanced budget, and much, much more. This council is the legislative body of a city that's turning 250 years old this year, in 2025. Yes, Lexington became a city in 1775, a year before our Declaration of Independence was signed. It's quite a responsibility and quite an honor, as well as an opportunity for each of you council members. I look forward to working together with you and to meet every challenge that comes before us. Again, I offer my deepest congratulations and welcome aboard.
Last month, as we wrapped up our work year, we said goodbye to several council members. As we paid tribute to these departing colleagues, some of whom had served one term, others had served many years, even decades. And I looked around the horseshoe and was reminded again of the diversity of our council. We varied widely in age, race, gender, and backgrounds. We were academics, activists, attorneys, realtors, accountants, and small business owners. We represented a wide spectrum of lived experiences, opinions, and working styles. And it is this diversity, coupled with a genuine mutual respect and a willingness to collaborate and compromise, that's what makes this council work. And it is my sincere hope and belief that this spirit of collegial cooperation will continue as we usher in the class of 2025-2026.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky so long as I continue a citizen thereof, and that I will faithfully execute, to the best of my ability, the office of member of the Council of the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government according to law. And I do further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution, I, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending, so help me God. If you do, say, I will.
I will.
Congratulations.
You can catch the full ceremony on Lex TV and streaming on our outlets. After a mild December, winter has arrived in full fury, and it's important to take precautions to prevent cold weather injury. Here are some tips. Like it or not, winter is upon us, and it often brings hazards like snow and ice. But there is another danger that is not as frequently addressed, and that is the cold. During especially cold weather, it is best to stay indoors. But if you must venture out, here are some guidelines you should follow to stay safe. Dress warmly in layered clothing, including a hat, a scarf, or knit mask to cover your face and mouth, sleeves that are snug at the wrist, mittens, a water-resistant coat, and water-resistant boots. Avoid exertion, as cold weather puts an extra strain on the heart. Those with heart disease or high blood pressure should follow their doctor's advice about shoveling snow or performing other activities in the cold. When outside, avoid walking on ice and keep your steps and walkways as free of snow and ice as possible. Be on the lookout for signs of hypothermia and frostbite, two common cold weather-related health problems. Warning signs of hypothermia, which is an abnormally low body temperature, include shivering, exhaustion, confusion, fumbling hands, memory loss, slurred speech, and drowsiness. If you detect symptoms of hypothermia, seek medical care immediately. Get the victim into a warm room and remove any wet clothing. Warm the center of the body first with an electric blanket if available. Otherwise, use skin-to-skin contact under loose, dry layers of blankets, clothes, towels, or sheets. Warm beverages can help increase the body temperature, but do not use alcoholic beverages. Warning signs of frostbite or an injury to the body caused by freezing include redness or pain in any skin area, white or grayish-yellow skin, skin that feels unusually firm or waxy, and numbness. If you detect symptoms of frostbite, seek medical care immediately. Get the victim into a warm room and immerse the affected area in warm, not hot, water. Do not rub the frostbitten area with snow or massage it, as this can cause more damage. Do not use a heating pad, heat lamp, or the heat of a stove, fireplace, or radiator for warming, as the frostbitten areas are numb and can be easily burned. These procedures are not substitutes for medical care, and all emergencies should be reported to a physician or healthcare provider. If you follow these simple rules and exercise caution, you can weather the worst winter has to offer and come out healthy on the other side when the warm breezes of spring start to blow. After this, we'll give you some pointers on taking care of pets.
All are welcome in downtown Lexington on Monday, January 20th for MLK Day. The Freedom March begins at 1 p.m. with the featured program beginning at 2, featuring the keynote address from Reverend Dr. Niall Fort, Associate Professor at Columbia University, with a special tribute to renowned poet and activist Nikki Giovanni. Sponsored in part by the University of Kentucky, the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government, Spectrum Charter Communications, the Bluegrass Community Foundation, Toyota, and Visit Likes.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. Humans aren't the only ones who feel the cold, and we caught up with the Humane Society to get some guidance on taking care of pets during harsh winter weather.
A general rule is if it's too cold for you, it's too cold for them. People think that because they've got fur and double coats, they're more adaptable to the freezing temperatures, and that's just not the case. They can get frostbite just like people can. Their skin can crack, their poor paws can crack. So if it's too cold for you, too cold for them. We recommend not taking them out on long walks during the winter, but we know some of these dogs have to get their energy out. So if you do take them on walks, make sure they are short. A good idea is to rub Vaseline or another vet-approved ointment on their paws so that if they step on the rock salt or if they step on ice, they can be a little more protected. And it might feel silly, it might look a little silly, but you can play dress up with your dogs. You can put a coat on them so when they're outside, they're not shaking and freezing. But keep walks short and make sure to protect their paws. It's a good idea to towel dry them just so you can get all of that rock salt out, or if there's any ice or water that's frozen in between the paws. Towel dry the paws, towel dry them, make sure you get all that water off of them so it doesn't freeze, and then just get them in a nice cozy bed. So if you do have animals that stay outside, make sure you use organic bedding rather than blankets or beds. Those can get wet and freeze, whereas the organic bedding cannot, so it keeps them a lot safer. They need just as much, if not more, water and food during the winter. They burn a lot of energy trying to stay warm, just like humans do. So make sure they always have fresh water available, and make sure that you're feeding them an appropriate amount. Pets are not gifts. They're living beings that you need to treat as such. It's never a good idea to give anyone a gift that they're not expecting, particularly when it's a living creature. You don't know someone's circumstances, if they're ready for a pet or not. You don't know if they are aware of the breed that you might be giving them. Don't feed your animals people food. They have plenty of treats and appropriate pet food for them. You don't know what will make them sick. You don't know if your pet has any specific allergies, and you certainly don't want to find out around the holidays. But all in all, let common sense prevail. If you wouldn't do it for yourself, don't do it to your animals. Anyone who wants to donate a physical item can go to our wish list, which is on our website. But the biggest need is always going to be a monetary donation. We are a nonprofit. We rely solely on donations, and we are limited on space. So while you think food might be a great donation, which it is, there's only so many places we can put that, but we can put your monetary donation to even better work. So Giving Tuesday, LHS will be out and about all around town. You can find us at Louis Flower Power, PetSmart in Hamburg, Ramsey's in Masterson Station, Yappy Place in Chevy Chase, West Six Brewing. We'll be there with adoptable animals. We'll be there collecting donations, and everything gets matched up to $50,000 thanks to Nancy Barron and Associates. If anyone has any more questions or just to learn more information about LHS as a whole, they can visit our website at adoptlove.net.
Frozen pipes can be one of the costliest problems this time of year, and the folks at Kentucky American Water give us some advice on avoiding this headache.
Kentucky American Water suggests for all of our customers that they take a few minutes to go ahead and prepare their homes for the cold temperatures. Check around your home for any water pipes in your home inside that are on outside walls that may be susceptible when the weather does get cold to freezing during those colder temperatures. You also want to check things like basements for pipes that are exposed in basements that get very cold, because again, those pipes can freeze and potentially burst, and that causes huge headaches and obviously some damage and cost for you in the winter. We don't want that. So go ahead and take some time, maybe check out some options for insulating those pipes at your local hardware store. And then the last thing that I would say is a really significant step to take is make sure that you and everyone in your home knows how to turn off the water to your home quickly should you have a pipe freeze this winter. And to do that, you want to know where the main water shutoff valve is located in your home. It's often in a basement or a utility room, sometimes in a crawl space, and it's typically on the side of the home where your water line enters your home from the meter. And so you want to look for that valve, and when you find it, when you identify it, go ahead and mark it with a ribbon or a piece of tape or something to let your family members know that should there ever be a burst pipe in your home, that's the valve to turn to quickly turn off your water. This winter, if you were to have a pipe freeze and burst, certainly if it bursts, you want to go ahead and again shut off that water with your main water shutoff valve until you can have time to check with your plumber, etc. But you want to keep that water turned off so that you don't cause more problems in your home. But the other thing you can do to prevent colder temperatures this winter is if you go away, for instance, if you're out of town for the weekend or you have an extended stay away from your home, make sure that when you adjust the heat for your home, don't go any lower than 55. It may be tempting to turn that heat all the way down, but if you do that, you risk your home getting really cold and causing those pipes to freeze. So you want to prevent that by going no lower than 55 degrees. You may, on certain nights when the temperatures are getting really cold, to have just a trickle of water dripping from your faucet and to help that water keep moving and again prevent it from freezing. If you do have a frozen pipe, you want to, for instance, if it's under a cabinet, you want to open those cabinet doors, let the warm air of your home help to thaw those pipes out. You could take a hairdryer and blow those pipes. We don't recommend taking any kind of open flame to thaw your pipes because that can cause you other problems. But certainly sometimes it's time is what it takes. And again, if there's any indication that there's a leak that's being caused by that pipe, you want to turn your water off.
The holidays are in the rear view and live meeting coverage is back in full swing this week on Lex TV and streaming online. And remember, you can also find the most up-to-date information on non-televised city business at lexingtonky.gov. Here's this week's meeting coverage. That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media. Check out the latest traffic updates on X at LexRex or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.